You are the resistance.
I'm Christopher Titus, people, and this is the Armageddon update. No King's Day. Yeah, we did it, people. Over 8 million people showed up and protested, and everything changed. Yeah. No, we're still at war. You get that, right? He started a war after Obama had already made a pact with Iran to never have to start a war. It's not like, there's an example of a war we fought for 20 years in the Middle East. Sorry, my bad. 2 wars. And those ended like fucking yesterday. We fought in the Middle East for decades and got exactly squat, zero, zilch, nada. Now, the persimmon pedophile who needs to distract from the Epstein Files because he did it.
Should go right to fucking jail! The son of a bitch is guilty!
Has started a war with Iran, who he claimed was 2 weeks from building a nuke.
Over the next 2 weeks.
We'll be reporting back sometime over the next 2 weeks.
The next 2 weeks.
In about 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
Which they weren't building because Obama had made a deal that Trump tore up. And look at my ballroom. It's beautiful.
It's not possible for us to take care of daycare, Medicaid, Medicare, all these individual things.
So, to be clear, Captain Kankles, our diaper dictator, launched a war without being provoked. On the first day, killed 160 elementary school girls. That's a war crime. Gas prices have gone up more than $1 a gallon. Everything that oil is used for will also be going up in price, which is, well, everything. He also started the war without calling our historical worldwide buddies, Japan, Britain, Australia, France, Germany. And to their credit, they were like, bro, we don't need a war. You can let Israel run America if you want, but we're good. Trump asked these countries to send military ships to the Gulf to escort oil tankers through the Strait of Hormuz.
They should be not only thanking us, they should be helping us.
Look, we all have that friend who starts a fight, then expects you to jump into the fight. And the world is like, yo, bro, you punched that dude. Now he's kicking your ass and this ain't my fight. I'm going to go finish my beer and I'm going to go hit on Thailand. Good luck. So after starting a war that, be clear, fucked up the economy worldwide, some countries are rationing gasoline and fuel. Farmers can't get fertilizer, so Trump started a war. So we didn't see the Epstein Files because Trump's just not in the Epstein Files. People, he stars in the Epstein Files. He's the main character. So then after our allies refused to get sucked into a war the illiterate pedo rapist started, he truthed out to all the countries who won't jump into a war he started.
You're going to have to start learning how to fight for yourselves. The U.S. won't be there to help you anymore. Yeah, just like you weren't there for us. Iran has been essentially decimated. The hard part is done. You go get your own oil.
Wow, what a dick. Colin Powell said something once about the Iraq war. He said, we broke it, so we bought it. Integrity, responsibility, honor. Oh yeah, Colin Powell. Remember when we had competence running our military instead of a suit full of Nazi hair gel and alcoholism? The guy running our military was kicked out of the military. Here's what retired Major General Randy Manner, a 2-star Army leader and former acting vice chief of the National Guard, said about our slimy used car salesman of a SecDef. The Secretary of Defense is a disgraced major that was kicked out of the D.C. National Guard. He has zero qualifications whatsoever to be the Secretary of Defense other than his extreme loyalty to the president. He got kicked out of the Guard, people, because of his Nazi tattoos. Keg's Breath just denied 2 black officers and 2 women their promotions to generals because he claimed DEI. Yeah, they need to earn it. Really, Pete? You got kicked out of the Guard for your Zig Heil body art, then became a drunk, sexual assaulting Fox News anchor, which, by the way, seems to be a trend over there. And you think they, actual career soldiers, aren't qualified, yet you work for the dude that called soldiers suckers and losers and avoided military service 5 times? Cool. I think we need Nuremberg 2.0. So a war started by an illiterate convicted felon, pedophile, and run by a sexual assaulting Nazi for no clear reason except that Israel's criminal dictator wants this war and also to distract from the worst pedophile ring in the world history. And you're shocked that for some reason the rest of the world doesn't want to sign up and jump in on the World War III bandwagon? This scumbag made us the bad guys. God, if only I didn't live in a racist, misogynistic country. We could have had peace and universal health care and cheap gas. And a president that, doesn't shit themselves. But eggs were expensive.
Groceries.
Idiots. I'm Christopher Titus. This is the Armageddon update. My God. How does he just find the most incompetent people? Is there an incompetent LinkedIn where it just goes, yeah, we're LinkedIn, but it's for fuckers? That's it. And then, yeah, just sign up. That doesn't matter. We don't care. Are you an alcoholic? Really? Have you assaulted women? Really? Are you just stupid? All right, then come on in. You're part of